Alright, so casual video here today because apparently I decided to hurt myself and reflect back on the trauma that One Piece has brought me. I just went on that tier ranking website, found one that said like most emotional moments in One Piece, and we are going to rank them now. So my categories are, Oda could not have hurt me more if he broke into my house and stabbed me, which I've said many times. I will never emotionally recover from this, broke my heart and soul, extremely emotional, and then normal levels of trauma. Because when it comes to One Piece, you don't really just get no trauma. You're going to have a lot. There's a chance some of these moments might be happy moments. That is possible. I don't know, but let's find out. Starting with the first one, we have Shanks saving Luffy in the East Blue. I'm gonna go with just extremely emotional. Maybe ignore it. And he lost an arm. That's a big deal. The pirate. Especially leading right up to it, showing how strong Shanks was between his crew, shooting them dead and being like, yeah, you don't want to point a gun at me. And the first representation of Haki. Yeah, we're good with extremely emotional. I do not need to drop that down to normal levels of trauma. What is next? Zoro and what's his best friend's name? Kuna? Something like that. I'm gonna just go with normal levels of trauma. It's very sad. It's a good backstory, but it's One Piece, and that is very low on the scale of how it hurts me. Let's see. Next, we have Sanji's backstory. No, I'm never emotionally recovering from that. The Bratier. And him having to... Zeph eating his own foot. And then afterwards, when everything happens and Sanji's saying goodbye, the Bratier as a whole, I'm just never emotionally recovering from. I almost should put it higher. Next we have Usopp and his mom. It is very kind of cute how he's, keeps saying pirates are coming for his mother, being like, hey, your husband's coming home, dad's finally back. It's very sweet. But yeah, him losing his mother and being all alone is just normal levels of trauma. Alright, we got one for broke my heart and soul, because Zoro losing that fight to Mihawk, nearly dying, and then declaring him that he will never lose a fight again. He will become the strongest swordsman in the world. What do you say to that, future king of the pirates? Oh my god, I love that moment. I love the respect that Mihawk showed him. I love his commitment to not turning his back, an injury to the back as a swordsman's shame. I love everything about it for Zoro's character. I love that we got introduced to Mihawk, who should be like an end final boss fight for Zoro, so early in the series. Oh, and just him being devastated and then declaring that he'll never lose again. I loved that moment. I'm debating for this one. Nami's mother, adopted mother, getting shot. I want to put it in I will never emotionally recover from this, but I'm going to keep it in broke my heart and soul just because, I mean, I want to say the kids could have stayed in hiding and they all could have lived, but then they'd have to live in hiding. She would have to deny that she has children, and her saying that I will never deny my kids. Yeah, you're going to have to shoot me dead. I will pay the price for their life. Yeah, it's really good. It's really good. All right, we have Oda could not have hurt me more if he broke into my house and physically stabbed me, because Luffy putting that straw hat on Nami's head as she is pleading with him to help me. Oh my love of God, I didn't think it could get more emotional than that scene, and then I experienced the rest of One Piece. But the dedication that Luffy feels towards Nami, who just betrayed him, and he's like, no, she didn't. She's my navigator. I'm coming to help her. You're saying that she's a witch and a terrible person? I'm just going to take a nap. And then for him just waiting. He was just waiting for her to come to him and be like, I need your help. It's like, no questions asked, no explanation needed. They're rolling up on Arlong Park. The walk to Arlong Park. Him giving her his straw hat to begin with. His treasure. No, that is, oh my god, it's such a good moment. All right, we're into some Drum Island ones. I'm gonna go with normal levels of trauma for Chopper being pushed away by the other reindeer, just because it is very important to the arc how he now can't fit in since he's ate the human fruit. He's not a reindeer, he's not human, he doesn't know where to belong, but that's normal levels of trauma for One Piece. I'm also gonna even put the doctor They're still normal levels of trauma. We're very much into it's sad, it's emotional. The doctor especially saying how you don't die when your body dies, is when you're not remembered. How he ate a poison mushroom for Chopper to make him like feel needed, and that his hard work was good. Like it's lovely, but it's kind of what I expect from a series. It wasn't over the top One Piece level trauma. However, oh my god, I don't know if I'm alone in this one. Luffy dragging his friends up the side of that mountain in Drum Island. No, oh my god. Why does this hurt me so much? Because he's giving everything. This is when, again, I was hooked long before this. But for Luffy's journey to become a captain, like, he had wanted to just rush into a fight, but Vivi punched him, like, hey, you can't just put in a fight. You can take it, your crewmates can't. You have to think of them. You have to think things through. You can't rush into danger and put everyone else at risk. So he knows he has to get them help quickly, and as he jostles them around, every fight he gets into, every delay puts them at risk. So he's facing this mountain, and it's just like, there's no way you can carry them both. He's like, watch me. I will climb. I will scale that thing with my teeth if I have to get them to a doctor. I love that moment. I'll go with the next one just in broke my heart and soul, because Chopper seeing the cherry blossoms again after everything he's been through in that arc, oh, that was a delight. That one, I felt that. Oh god, yep, okay, Oda could not have hurt me more if he stabbed me, because saying goodbye, first of all, we're saying goodbye to Vivi, and I miss Vivi, can we get Vivi back? But saying, like, holding their arms up, it's like, we will be your friends, even as we deny you, so you can live a peaceful life in your home country, ruling without the world government giving you a hard time. Let it be known that we share this mark, and that we are your friends. It's so good. Is it better than... No, it's not better than the Nami getting Luffy Straw Hat and her saying, help me, but it is close. Another one for normal levels of trauma. I didn't overly care too much for the Skypiea. I did like the Skypiea arc as a whole, obviously, but the Nolan flashback gave a lot of information, but I didn't have that much of an emotional response to it that I recall. Okay, this one, extremely emotional. Sanji facing the god Enel, as far as they know, the strongest person they've ever... Like, he has never been defeated. He gets zapped by lightning, protecting Nami. And what does this man say? It's like, thanks, you so-called god. I've been needing a light. And then smokes his cigarette. Sanji has some of the best moments in early One Piece. I don't like him very much later on, but like early One Piece, he was probably one of my favorite characters until they gave him over to the gag, so... I guess it was around Thriller Bark that I'm like, you went from one of my favorite characters to my absolute least favorite of the Straw Hats. And that hurts me, because I don't want to dislike the Straw Hats. But that moment was good. Oh my god, Oda could not have hurt me more if he stabbed me, and it still gets worse than this. Usopp fighting with Luffy, like the first time around, I'm just like, why are you the Mary cannot be fixed. You're aware of this, Usopp. Luffy has told you that they're going to have to buy a new ship, and he is letting his own insecurities about not being worthy anymore, being left behind because you're broken and you're not worth taking along. You would abandon a crewmate. So that's how Usopp's feeling, because he feels his own self would be left behind, and he has such care for the Mary. It was a gift from Kaya. Like, yeah, but why are you fighting? Why are we fracturing the crew? This was the beginning of the end of them, and they almost lost everything. I need to find the other... Oh, I think it actually might be going somewhat in order. Let's just talk about it all at once. Could the breaking of the ship, Frankie saying this ship cannot be repaired, tearing pieces of the Mary off. Oh my god, I can't... That, I still feel that. I literally feel pain at the thought of them ripping apart the Mary to show Usopp exactly how damaged it is. For him to go under the water to see the scars on the bottom of the boat. It's like, this cannot be fixed. Oh god. We'll just keep talking about the Mary. Because I'm sorry, I love you, Nami, but we're just putting that at the top, because the Mary having a soul, coming to rescue them. the trust that the Straw Hats placed in Usopp's words as they hear the Mary, they feel its soul around them, its protection, as it is giving its last life to save them. One last time, I'm going to cry. And him saying, jump in the water, and them all jumping in the water for it to finally save them, and then this being its last journey. It can't take them any farther. So the Mary's funeral is, oh my gosh. Oh, Marinefort's going to give it a run for its money, but this might be the most emotional moment in all of One Piece. Has it ever been topped? I don't know. Oh no, I got PTSD from Marineford, so it's hard. They're very much painful moments. Why did I agree to do this? And then again, the return of Usopp to the crew, specifically the fact that Zoro had told Luffy, listen, if the first words are not an apology when he comes here, if he is not on his hands and knees begging for you to take him back and apologizing for what he's done, he can't come back. He disrespected you as the captain. I'm not staying on this ship if you take him back without a proper apology. And then he's giving explanations. He's justifying it. He's pushing it aside. It's no big deal. And neither Luffy or Zoro can hear him. They're like, nope, can't, too far away. Cannons are blasting. Don't know what you're saying. And the moment that Usopp says, I'm sorry, Luffy hears him, takes him back, welcomes him back to the crew, and the fight is over. Oh my god, it's good. I'm gonna put tearing the Mary up, though, above their first initial fight, and I'll put their reunion also above their first argument and fight. I'm gonna go with Frankie taking on the train for the sake of his father figure. That's normal levels of trauma. I love Tom. I love everything he represented. I love how much he cared for Frankie. I love the work that he was doing. His death was very painful and tragic. The world government is a jerk. But in comparison to everything else in the series, normal levels of trauma. Where do I put... I'll just leave it in I'll never emotionally recover. When it comes to Robin's mother saying goodbye to her, and Robin, I can't... You could stab me, it would hurt less. Robin having to leave Ohara, leave her mother, be alone, thinking she'd be alone in the world, constantly betrayed over and over and over again. After leaving Ohara, seeing her entire home burnt to the ground, I'm not emotionally recovering from it. You could stab me, it would hurt less. But the I want to live scene, I gotta put it above the Straw Hat, because her accepting that everyone will betray her, that she could never be worth so much that the world government's threat would be better, like, the world government was too big of a threat, so no one would ever stand by her. Luffy declaring war on the world government to say, we don't care if we have to make the entire world our enemy. We will never betray you like you fear. Tell us you want to live and we will fight like hell to save you. And she just screams that she wants to live, that she has found her people. Oh my god. I'm so sad. This one might be a non-popular opinion, but the nothing happens scene I'm putting in just extremely emotional. I still wish that Kuma had the power to just like erase everybody's memories and then just no one knew. But Zoro to take that pain from Luffy onto himself and to bear it and to stand and then not wanting anyone to know that he's taken that pain onto himself. Solid scene. Solid scene. Oh, God almighty. Brook playing the song as his crewmates are dying around him. You know what? We're just going to put you at the top of Broke My Heart and Soul because Pink Sack song. And it starts off with everyone singing together, and then at the end, it's only him, and then for him to die and live on that ship by himself and alone, and the shadow getting stolen, and then join the crew. Brook's backstory's sad. We'll put this one at the top of I'll Never Emotionally Recover. I don't actually know if this is... There's tears in my eyes. I don't actually know if that's after Sabaody or... Yeah, no, it has to be the Sabaody one, because this is going more or less in order. Next is Amazon Lily. Just how he has lost his entire crew, the tragedy of that, and Luffy so often happy to just barrel run right into a fight and just trust that him and his crew have the skills to defeat it, only to realize that no, they don't. They will lose. So he gives the order to run. This man does not know how to flee in the face of defeat. He only knows how to fight and to charge forward. So for him to realize, no, we have to run, was shocking. And then to watch his entire crew decimate as far as he knows, dead and gone. He doesn't know where they are, what's happened. The breakdown from that, it would be higher if stuff worse didn't happen later. I'm going to put Boa's backstory in Broke My Heart and Soul. It's a little bit on the vague side, but we know what happens. Marked as a slave, given a devil fruit for the sake of entertainment for people, and just why she does not trust anybody anymore. Yeah. I don't know if Bon Clay is above the Straw Hats scene, Arlong Park, or Bon Clay screaming as Luffy is trying to recover, to cheer him up, to motivate him, to say, you have to survive this. Trust in me, my friend. Was it called him Straw Hat, my boy? Something like Straw Boy? I come to save him in the name of friendship. I love Bon Clay, and he cheered and screamed at his hospital bedside until his throat was raw and Bonkoff was able to get him to recover at the price of God knows what. It was glorious. And then him staying behind to allow them to escape, to get to Ace, but that just goes right into the next scene of Ace, they failed. Ace gets killed, and he has to lose his brother. I'm not emotionally strong enough to talk about the Marineford arc, but quite honestly, I might have cried harder with Orange Jr. and the Hats and his relationship with Ace and him dying. I think I might have actually cried harder on that scene, so I would have added that to the list. And then Whitebeard immediately after. Taken down, Magma Bastard. Glorious, because you went after his son. No, they don't have it there. But Garp getting knocked down by Sengoku and saying, yeah, you better hold me down or I will be killing Magma Bastard. He will be dead and gone. And I'm like, why did you not let him stand up? Oh, God almighty, the entire arc of Marineford was nothing but pain and pain and pain and pain. Editing Jessica, because how did I forget to even mention Squidward, who stabs Whitebeard, and instead of retaliating, Whitebeard holds him, hugs him, and it's just said, my foolish son, who convinced you to betray me? And he explains about Magma Bastard and trying to turn people against him is like, I know you hate Roger. I know how much you hate him, but do not blame this child for the sins of the father. Do not hate your brother. And doesn't want to have animosity among his children after he passes. My God, my heart, my soul. You know what? Dan? Her beating up Garp, saying, why didn't you save those boys? Her kids. Those were her kids. And you let Ace die. Yeah, you know what? That might have traumatized me more than the Mary did. I'm not changing it. That was traumatizing. Her grief, her anger, and Garp just taking it. Because I refuse to believe that Garp would not have saved Ace if Ace had said, save me, Grandpa. If Ace had said that, Garp would have broken. He would have rescued Ace. I have no doubt in my mind. I refuse to believe otherwise, but he was trusting Ace to, this is the path you've chosen. I'm letting you walk it. But the second you ask for my help, all bets are off. But he didn't ask for help. And then he was trusting Luffy. Luffy knocked me down if you want to save Ace. And he had to pull his own punch because he's like, I can't hit my grandson. And Luffy punching Garp off to save Ace. And then Garp realizing, I didn't act to protect them. I did not protect my grandsons. He is dead. And for him to let Dan punch him into the ground? I need to take a break. Why did I think this was a good idea? Okay. I have calm down a little bit, and I'm about to get upset again because Luffy, having lost his brother, his crew not being there, Jinbei saving him, Law keeping him from killing himself, he He's just having the breakdown in the forest. Was this pre or post Marineford when I had the trauma of the Ace flashback and them growing up? It doesn't really matter. My boy is traumatized. He needs his crew, and he's not going to see them for another 2 years. And he's like beating his head onto the forest floor. I'm upset. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! We're putting this one. Probably should be higher, but I really can't pack the I'd rather be stabbed than experience this again file or tier list one to be completely full. So we're going to go with Luffy as a child getting abducted by the bandits, or it wasn't the bandits, it doesn't matter. Abducted, and he refused to give up Ace and Sabo's stash, which means he was beaten. And then when Ace is just like, why didn't you just tell them what they want to know? It's like, because you would never forgive me, and I'd rather be dead than alone. Now I'm thinking about Ace saying thank you for loving me. Sabo's death I'm putting just in low levels there, normal levels of trauma. Did anyone actually think he was dead? Honestly, did anyone think he was dead? Here's technically the scene with Ace getting Luffy back, but it's all basically the same spot. There you go. Fisher Tiger guy, I'm going with extreme levels of emotion. It was really sad that he died and refused human blood. And honestly, I think if instead what probably broke my soul more from that episode was when they had Koala and they saved her, and she had been a slave to the Celestial Dragons, and of course them burning the mark of the Sun Pirates onto her and all that, and going up to she learns to love them and everything. But the fact that she would smile and refuse to cry and immediately start cleaning, it's like, I can clean, I won't cry, I won't break, I won't do anything, you won't be mad at me, please don't kill me. I think that hurt me more. Same thing, Princess Shirahoshi's mother, there's death. Yeah, extremely emotional. I love her. She's a better person than I am. Fishman Island is probably one of my favorite arcs for her specifically, and her desire to not pass the hatred on to the next generation. I love her, but for some reason no, wait a minute. No, it wasn't that scene. It was not that scene, though, that had me crying in a train station. Because I was on the way to visit my cousin, reading Fishman Island on the train, and I was burst into tears uncontrollably while I was waiting for my train, because it was when the Kraken guy showed up, and Luffy being like, you don't want to work for him. He's threatening your family. He's threatening your brother. Is it your big brother or your little brother? And I burst into tears. I'm gonna go with the kids being experimented on in Punk Hazard as just normal levels of trauma. It's bad when experimenting on children is just, that's what you expect for the amount of trauma in a regular chapter by chapter. That's not bad. That's normal levels. One Piece is traumatizing. Oh, sweet love of God. Oh, sweet love of God. Listen, Marineford was traumatizing. I swear I got PTSD, but this moment, I know it's not quite the exact scene, but I'm changing it to it, and that's going to be Raizo is safe? Are you kidding me? The trauma and devastation that the Minks went through, protecting Zou, protecting their home, swearing up and down as people are dying, the culture, their history, their life being burnt to the ground. Like, there is no Raizo here. We would tell you if he was. You are mistaken. He is not here. And then for the samurai to come, and Luffy and the crew was like, you guys just lost everything because they thought the samurai were here. We gotta hide you. We can't let them see you till we talk to them. Let them know you're our friends. And everyone's just like, thank God you're here. Raizo is safe. We've been harboring all this time. I have never been so shocked in my life. That's not a bad one, so I would prefer not to be stabbed. But that being said, in terms of most shocking, most emotional moments, yeah, that's up there. Listen, we all knew Sabo was fine. We knew he'd be coming back. But Luffy needed that. He needed to see his brother, so the moment that Sabo returned, revealed himself to Lucy/Luffy, it's good moments. That I won't recover to the happiness and joy. My boy needed a hug, okay? Oh God almighty, oh God almighty, oh God almighty. Corzone's death, Law in the box, him staying alive long enough so his devil fruit power will stay active, so La can scream, cry, and mourn trapped in that treasure chest. The entire journey that Corazon and La went on to find him a doctor, to threaten people who had the prejudice against the disease that La had, to save his life. La just wanting to die, Corazon just wanting to live, and now La is living for him and calling himself the Heart Pirates in his name. I'm not, one, I'm never emotionally recovering from that, and two, yeah, I'd rather someone stab me than make me experience that again. My God, it was so sad. I will be rereading One Piece and experiencing this all again, but still, it would have hurt less. Normal levels of trauma with the toys and Dressrosa. Yeah, normal. It was creepy as hell, but normal levels of trauma. Senor Pink's backstory, I'm just gonna go extremely emotional. It's cool. He's an awesome character. His heart is punk whatever design and character only have this super sweet backstory. Very, very sweet, very emotional, but it didn't hit me as hard as it hit some other people. Same thing, God Usopp, it's more of a running gag than anything, so still extremely emotional. I love that he went back, not even knowing Robin's existence, but still went back for her and the little Totons. It was irrelevant to Robin, he forgot she existed, but still, having the courage to turn around, even being a coward, but he did have to be really guilted into it. But then being held up as God Usopp, and I like the running joke. Sanji's backstory as a child, I'm really just going to put it at the top of extremely emotional. I know a lot of people really say, like, he's got one of the saddest backstories with his father turning them all into human weapons, being experimented on, failing, his mother's death, and wanting to protect him and for him to keep his emotions. My headcanon is still the medication that she took to let him keep his emotions gave him too many, and he feels too strongly, and that's the only way I can justify half of his actions and his love of women. Some people are like, no, it's just because women were the only ones who were ever kind to him, his mother and his sister. I'm like, that's not an explanation. I'm going with it was medical intervention that makes him feel way too strong. But, I don't know, still extremely emotional, but did not hit me the way it hit other people. However, I will give Luffy waiting for Sanji this entire time, saying, I will not eat unless it's something Sanji has made. You are my cook. I'm not leaving without you. And him just planting himself down in the middle of Whole Cake Islands, going like, nope, I'm not leaving. Yeah, I think that's actually better than his actual backstory. See, I want to put Sanji hearing the truth about Pudding in extremely emotional, but at the same time, I'm going to put you in normal levels of trauma because he had just tried to break into her room and was denied by the Takan door. And it's like, well, we're about to be married, so I can go into her room whenever I like, even if she was naked. And it just makes me remember that even in a Sanji focus arc where he's not being depicted as a pervert in love all the time kind of character, he still has no respect, really, for the women that he says he admires. And I'm just like, because of that, do I really care that you have been betrayed, you're heartbroken, this one little shred of light that you thought you had in this terrible situation that you've been forced into? I was more upset when Judge Guy put the exploding handcuffs on Sanji's, like, because you do not mess with the cook's hands. I was more upset with that. But the fact that he had been betrayed, the last little bit of light that he had sniffed out, and the parallels as he's crying, it's very sad. But I was just very angry at you for how you're attempting to treat Pudding. So you know what? She can betray you. I'm Team Pudding in this situation. You think you're being respectful. You're not. Extremely emotional. I'll go with Pounds watching his child leave, getting her away, and her family seeing her escape, and he's just trapped on the island about to be killed. Can't remember if he died. There's too many fake out deaths with One Piece. I feel like he's fine. Alright, Otama. I'm gonna go actually Broke My Heart and Soul because we got Ace flashbacks again, and I'm sad, and her saying you don't, like, I can't remember exactly what she said to Luffy's, like, you don't understand how much he meant to people. Ace was a great person. Why don't you care that he's dead? Don't say that he's dead. It's not true. Ace said he would come back for me. And she's just experiencing all the grief that Luffy went through, but Luffy's had time to process, heal, be with his friends, move on. Time has healed a little bit of the wounds. She's learning all this for the first time. Put it a little higher. I'm gonna put this one with extremely emotional just because Wano as a whole was not that emotional for me. I really still don't feel like it lived up to the hype really at all. We spent so much time setting things up, and then for everything to go by so quickly. I know Wano was long, but it needed to be longer to really hit the emotional impact that these moments deserved, because it's just like he is being executed and he is laughing and smiling, and everyone around them is laughing and smiling because the fruit takes away their ability to feel pain, to cry. And yeah, it's like the upper class wanted you to look happy, but really you're crying inside. That's a very traumatic idea, but I hadn't been with these characters. They haven't felt real to me. It just felt like a plot point, beat, beat, beat. Wano felt too rushed to me. I did not enjoy Wano until the attack on the islands. Same thing, extremely emotional. Mother sending her kids off to the future, the place burning around them, all very emotional. But I feel it could have hit harder. That could have broke my heart and soul if I felt more connection to Wano and its people. It had so much build-up. We introduced the samurai so early with Punk Hazard, and then it's like we're going to get to Wano. It's all this grand build-up, but it didn't feel special to me. We'll see what happens upon reread. But really, Wano was the biggest disappointment for One Piece for me for a while. It was not that it was bad, it was average. And I don't think I've ever thought that about One Piece before. So when you're like the failure of the samurai, like just normal levels of trauma, they failed. You did not set up the samurai for me to care about these individuals. I didn't care which one was the traitor. You didn't make me love them, so the betrayal would hurt me, that the failure would hurt me. I did not love the samurai, and that upsets me, because I really wanted to. The Oden flashback was really good. Still only not the greatest. I think part of my issue is we spent so much time, like this was all in a flashback in Oden's life, his death, and I care about the characters in the flashback for how they impact the people who are still alive. So the fact that the samurai were not the focus of the flashback, it was Oden, we only got a little bit of the samurai, and Oden's already dead in present day. I'm like, okay, if you're going to do it this way, I want to see how Oden impacted the people around him that are fighting for him in present day. But we didn't get that. We got him with Roger's crew, who's also already passed, majority of them. So I'm just like, it's great lore, it's great exploration of the world and the history and the mysteries, but it doesn't have that personal feel because the people that were impacted were not in that flashback. The samurai were barely in the Oden flashback. They were with him when he died, which is very emotional, but it didn't have the hook that I needed for present-day Wano. It was really nice, though, to hear about Laugh Tale, and yeah, I'm just gonna go right there. It was nice hearing about Laugh Tale and Roger's journey to get there and him laughing. It's a mystery. I don't know how I feel about it, really. I'm happy. Clearly, I'm disappointed with Wano a little bit, but not this moment. This one here with Nami? Woo! Yes, yes. I'll just go top of I'll never recover from it. Nami saying that Luffy will be king of the pirates. You can't kill her. You can't torture her. She will never deny that. And then like is that its own thing? No, it's not. Is it? No, it's not. Her saying, Kaido, you lying bastard snake. I refuse to believe that you killed Luffy. Are you out of your mind? Why are you lying? You lying stupid snake. He is alive. He's going to come back and beat you. The loyalty of this woman. Oh my god, I love Nami. The emotional impact of Luffy finally achieving Gear 5 and coming back to life, and the Looney Tunes logic and everything that comes with it. I'll never recover from the drums of liberation. That is glorious. That is absolutely glorious. And you know what? I'm actually putting Hiyori's defeat of whatever Orochi bastard in there as well, because she deserved that. She deserved to take him down. And that was, oh, I love her. I wish we got more time with her. All right, I'm gonna have to put it into I'll never emotionally recover just because it didn't break my heart and soul. It's just awesome. They're emperors. And Luffy finally getting there. Yeah, I love that. Oh god. All right, so we're at the last one. Because apparently it includes Egghead. Bonnie. Learning the truth of her family and her father and her mother. Oh, God almighty. Oh, God almighty. We'll put you just below the Mary? My God. Oda went there in that backstory. Like that, something was personal and he wanted to hurt us. It's like, how can I inflict the most trauma possible on this most glorious, lovely family? And then he found a way. Kuma, loving his daughter, protecting her from everything, loved Jenny, for her to be taken, for her to give her life for her daughter, to see Kuma again, and failing. That scene in the church. By God, everything with Bonnie's backstory. I'm going to keep it a little tiny bit vague because it's Egghead and that's new. But my God, just my God. That's all we got. We talked about trauma in One Piece here today. They're not 100% ranked within each category, but you got the vibe. You know how I feel about these moments. All right, so tell me what your top 3 to 5 to 20 most traumatizing moments in One Piece were. What ones hit you the most and what ones hit you harder that didn't hit other people quite as hard? All right, talk to you later. Bye.